Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. The Miss Universe 2024 preliminary competition is done and dusted, and the finals are upon us. So, I'm here to give you my final top 30 prediction for the crown. We'll dive into their national costumes, evening gown, and swimsuit performances to see what set them apart. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and let me know your favorites in the comments. Let's jump right in. Firstly, let me say, this edition of Miss Universe has probably been the worst in recent years. And I can't help but think, if it isn't perhaps because this edition is the first without veteran Miss Universe president, Paula Sugart. This edition has really been the very first time where Rahul and have managed the organization by themselves without the guidance of Paula. Given everything that has happened, amidst all the scandals of this past year, and also with the national pageants, but that's a story for another day. It left me wondering if we are witnessing the disintegration of the Miss Universe organization in real time. I'm also very saddened to hear about Miss South Africa, Mia Leroux's exclusion from the competition due to health concerns. I wish her well, and I'm sure all true pageant fans do as well. Let's get into my prediction. At number 30, I have Namibia. At number 29 is Portugal. Number 28 is Colombia. Number 27 is the USA. Number 26 is France. Number 25 is Botswana. At number 24 is Trinidad and Tobago. Number 23 is Albania. Number 22 is Belarus. Number 21 is Nigeria. Number 20 is Canada. Number 19 is Cambodia. Number 18, Curacao. Number 17 is Jamaica. Number 16 is Mexico. Number 15 is Peru. Number 14 is Bolivia. Number 13 is New Zealand. Let's get into my top 12. Starting off the top 12 is India. I thought Rhea had a very strong walk during the swimsuit round of competition. She gave a lot of variation in her face. It wasn't stagnant, like some other girls. She reminded me of Miss Universe in 2021. I loved her national costume, but it seemed like it was a bit too heavy for her based on the way she walked. When it came to her evening gown, I loved it, and I thought it was very sexy. However, it was very reminiscent of Shayna's Palacios prelims gown. I think India will definitely get a placement within the top 12 because of her performance and also because I know she's a very good speaker, and Indian queens tend to do very well when it comes to Q&A and also interview, so I'm hoping for the best for Rhea Singh. Unfortunately, there wasn't much of an evening gown so I'm just commenting on her gown, not on her performance. At number 11 I have Spain. I thought Spain had a very good walk. She also gave good face. She was very sexy and looked like she was having fun, whilst maintaining good technical ability. Her national costume obviously paid homage to her Spanish culture. However, I didn't really like it. I didn't like the fact that it was a swimsuit in the front, and at the back was a gown. When it came to evening gown, I thought the gown was very generic. It was very standard for a pageant. I didn't get Miss Universe, and maybe it would have been better if we had seen her walk in it. I think Spain will do well. She's beautiful. She has a lot of fans and she's a good performer. So, I think she'll get a spot in the top 12. At number 10, I have Puerto Rico. Of course, Puerto Rico gave a good ramp walk, which is what they're known for. They are a powerhouse after all. Miss Jennifer gave technical skill. She was sexy during swim. However, there wasn't a lot of facial variation. She kept a smile for most of her walk. And when it came to national costume, was also paying homage to her Spanish culture, and I liked her national costume more than Spain's. I thought that Jennifer looked so beautiful in her evening gown. However, the gown wasn't my favorite. It looked like a lesser version of Miss Puerto Rico of last year. I do think that Jennifer will make it into the top 12 because I know she's a very good speaker and probably nailed her interview. At number 9, I have the Philippines. Chelsea Manalo. I think she had a good walk during swimsuit. I loved the styling, particularly her hair. Technically, she gave some facial variation. I actually expected a little more energy from Chelsea during swim, but she had good technical skill. When it came to her evening gown, I'm on the fence about the evening gown. I thought that the gown itself was beautiful. I don't know if I would have styled her in that kind of evening gown for Miss Universe prelims, given that that's kind of where they fell short in 2021 with Celeste. When it comes to prelims, I'd rather wear my best gown, just to be safe. It made me think, do I want to put a tiara on her head? Because she looks like a princess. Or, do I want to put a crown on her head? Because she looks like a queen. Nonetheless, I believe Philippines will score a top 12 placement at least. She's definitely a beautiful girl, but I don't see a queen, especially in that ball gown. With a national costume, she gave a stellar performance. To be fair, none of the queens were able to perform because technically there wasn't really an evening gown segment, as we've come to expect. At number 8, I have Zimbabwe. I really enjoyed her swimsuit performance. Sakali just looks so regal, statuesque, and has the most amazing bone structure. In certain angles, she favors Miss Supranational 2022, Malilam Swain from South Africa. She just gives me queen energy. She is such a beautiful woman. She also had enough facial movements, instead of a stagnant smile. So, I think that was a win for her. She has good technical skill, and is such an amazing walker. I think she's probably the best walker from Africa this year. When it came to her evening gown, I didn't like the fact that it didn't cover her shoes, and then it had this little train at the back, which was to me kind of pointless. I hope her team has a better gown for finals. I believe that Zimbabwe will get a top 12 placement, because she is without a doubt the strongest African delegate this edition. Within the top 12. For her national costume, I loved the colors, I loved the message. And I also loved the history behind it. At number 7 is Thailand. Opal's swimsuit walk was just okay to me. You can tell she has been trained, but she just looked as if she was counting her steps. She's one of the girls that kept the same face throughout her walk. It was very pageant patty to me, and it seemed like she was just there to walk and go home. I just feel as if she didn't enjoy it as much as I would say Spain or even Denmark, like those were the two that really stood out to me. Thailand, to me, is a very skilled walker, skilled on the runway, but I don't think that she really had fun. I didn't enjoy watching her during swimsuit. She looked beautiful. She was stunning, of course. She's a beautiful lady and so statuesque. But I feel that it can only take you so far. Her national costume was honestly the highlight of her entire performance. I thought it was culturally relevant to Thailand. One of the best costumes without a doubt, and her performance was amazing. If it was scored, I think she would have scored really high for national costume. And then evening gown, I see what they were going for. I don't know if it translated that well, but I do think that Thailand will place. She's a good communicator. She's a very bright girl, multi-talented, and I'm sure that she nailed her interview. So, I'm pretty sure that she will get a placement within the top 12. At number 6, we have my girl, Mara Topic, Miss Ecuador. I love this girl so much. I love everything she stands for. I love her look. I loved her national costume, and I also loved her swimsuit performance as well. Evening gown once again. I think it was very basic. I could have easily confused her with Thailand or some of the other girls that was wearing an off-white bejeweled gown. Maybe it would have translated better in a performance. But no. I think we needed a lot more color. We needed more unique designs. I think she will place within the top 12. She is just such a beautiful girl with such an amazing story. I'm sure that she nailed her Q&A. I enjoyed watching her especially during national costume and swimsuit round. So, I'm rooting for my girl, and I hope she even scores higher than number 6. At number 5, of course, we have Selene Santos from the Dominican Republic. Another one of my favorites. At times, Selene can come across as unapproachable, but I have to say, throughout this competition, she has been a highlight. Her styling and fashion has been on point from the very first day, and last night, she didn't disappoint. Her swimsuit performance was magnificent. I loved the hair moving as she was walking and then the little hair flip at the end. She was so sexy and confident. Her and Ecuador just seemed to be naturals on the runway. They were really having fun. They weren't overthinking. For her evening gown, I loved it. Once again, it's not anything we haven't seen before, but I think it's just the way she carried it like a queen. Oh, and that national costume was magnificent. She looked stunning. She looked like a Vegas showgirl. At number 4, we have Brazil. No surprises from Brazil for me. She did what I expected her to do. From the swimsuit to the national costume to evening gown. Even though I didn't love her evening gown, I loved looking at her in it. She looks like a doll. She looks youthful, fresh, and I really hope they have a better gown for finals because my girl is going to make it to the finals. I really hope that she will place within the top 5. Her swimsuit performance was amazing and was probably one of the best. She gave face, had a stunning walk, and looked like she was enjoying that stage. I for one love her hair. I think it suits her facial structure very well. She has a very youthful face, and I think that the hair just gives her that edge. I also loved her national costume and her performance. I have loved her fashion since arriving in Mexico, same as with Dominican Republic. I love that she's not afraid to try different styles. So yeah, I hope that she will be in the top 5. Starting off with my top 3, we have Denmark. To me, this queen has been consistently amazing throughout this competition. She is without a doubt one of the strongest delegates from Europe, and normally we don't have a lot of strong European contestants. I think Denmark could easily snatch the crown this year, and we haven't had a blonde Miss Universe in a while. What I loved about Denmark was her swimsuit. She was playful, fun, sexy, whilst maintaining technical skill on the runway. She just gives me Barbie vibes. From the blonde hair to her cute shy girl giggle at the end of the runway. She sealed the deal for me with her swimsuit performance. For gown, and I kind of loved the gown with all those little ribbons on the train. I also loved her national costume. She was giving Brazilian carnival. She was just so fun. I was delighted seeing Denmark on the stage throughout all 3 segments of the night. I have no doubt that she's going to place at the very least in the top 12. Now for my top 2. At number 2, we have Chile. Emilia was a delight to watch. She brought the energy and tons of personality, especially during the swimsuit segment. She looked so beautiful, and she was working that runway. She was giving a performance in the face and body. She was swaying those hips like it was nobody's business. I think she will definitely be within the top 5. The national costume was just okay in my opinion. However, she is just such a fun person with such a stunning face that she sold me on it. And the same with the evening gown. It was a bit basic. However, I appreciated the color. Even though it wasn't my favorite gown, she just looked so beautiful that you couldn't look away. I do hope that they have a different gown for finals, because I definitely think that she will make it to the finals. And my number one, once again, is Venezuela. Ileana has been my favorite for a while now. I know Venezuela is a powerhouse and a lot of people are tired of seeing the powerhouses, but if you're good, you're good. During swim, I thought she looked beautiful, had an amazing walk, and she was sexy without being overtly sexy. She knows how to be sexy, giving a flirt, but not too much. And then the same with the national costume. I think it was so brilliant. She looked amazing. I was blown away. I mean, it's Venezuela. They train their queens very well. I loved her evening gown, and she looked so queenly, especially with her hair pulled back, showing off that gorgeous cheekbones. I actually loved all the cutout pieces. It was kind of giving Andrea Meza circa 2020. So I think Venezuela will definitely place within the top 12 and definitely place within the top 5. That wraps up my top 12 predictions for Miss Universe 2024 after the preliminaries. Who are your favorites? Comment below and let's discuss. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.